Polar Korean lead Kim Jong-un gave the procedure to outdoor the link at 3:00 p.m. regional period, 1:31 m. And, onto an ad on country print in the several hours up the two telephone call to the Southward took location. Onto Southward Korea's Union Ministry, the Polar Koreans done at first pin at precisely the period orderly, and the sides were on the telephone of 3:30 p.m. to 3:50 p.m. regional period. Southward Korea is part and time front of Polar Korea. For the original 20-min connect, the two nations verified engineering issues of the communicating link, onto a declaration of Southward Korea's Union Ministry. The Union Ministry told Polar Korea phoned for a other period several hours after on the Panmunjom hotline, offering the two sides packaging up industry for the date. Same Polar Korean party named our party at 6:07 p.m., 1 m. ET, and told allows urge it a day present, the ministry affirmed. PIN had been initiated following Kim pronounced expect how a Polar Korean deputation might take part in following monthly's Winter Games in Pyeongchang, Southward Korea. He's hardly the synchronization of Polar Korea's propose of negotiations was associated to trump cards chirp, yet. In answer, Southward Korean CEO Luna Jae-in named for rapid measures for a office meet Tuesday to sleek Polar Korea's involvement in the games. Several analysts include told how Polar Korea's readiness to say to Southward Korea could be and try to driving a spike among the US and its Southward Korean friend. Same Southward Korean by the government, creature rather scared on Washington's belligerence, is rather prepared to greet the Polar Korean lead, and the might conduct to an irritation in the US, told Andrei Lankoff of Seoul's Kookmin College. Other claim how negotiations among the Koreas could be profitable for Washington. Tong Zhao, a comrade at the Carnegie Tsinghua Center for World Politics in Beijing, says all forms of communicating should be welcomed. A superior Polar-South relation would assist Washington and the world society to superior no Polar Korea and to say it in take main measures of personality restraint, he told. Uncommon negotiations environments pin among the two Koreas symbolism the at first period in nearly 2 year how a specific straight hotline in the boundary countryside of Panmunjom in the demilitarized area has been utilized to communicate the two countries. Before environment, Polar Korea had not responded with February 2016 while Southward Korea hanging operative at the collaborative Kaesong Industry Facility, a industry garden how one day involved workers of both of sides. China repeated its supporting for renovated dialogue among Polar and Southward on environment, and pronounced its expect the US and Polar Korea can discover a way of weakening their nuke rhetorical departure striker. China welcomes and supports both of the DPRK and Southward Korean sides take the Pyeongchang Winter Spartakiada as an prospect to do efficient efforts to enhance reciprocal relations, China Overseas Ministry Representative Gang Shuang told. Relating to Trump cards chirp, Gang added, we expect how both of parties can restart dialogue and construct reciprocal confidence as quickly as probable instead of hard to be bronze and cry in every sum. Spartakiada as a world instrument Luna's office space welcomed environment's motion for negotiations and pronounced hopefulness how they'd be stretched of involvement in the winter Spartakiada to some issues. Same recovery of the communicating channels tool many. It is evaluated how, we, are led to installation up a pattern via that contacts can be done on a routine base, told President Click Registrar Yoon Youthful Chan in a declaration supported by the nation's Union Ministry. Luna has championed the 2018 Winter Spartakiada, set to start February 9, as a probable tool of weakening tensions on the Korean Peninsula. Down there has been say of the World Olympic Board providing and further quote, thing previous offered by Choi Luna-soon, governor of the Gangwon Provincial how will army the Winter Games. Us hard position Trump cards uncompromising position was supported by the nation's envoy to the joint nations, who repeated Tuesday how the US will never take a nuke Polar Korea. We believe that to be a really foolish mode, we don't believe we requirement a gang aid and we don't believe we requirement to smiling and get a image, she told. We believe how we requirement to include them halt nuke arms and they requirement to halt it currently. Following a year of enlarged rocket technology tests, threats, and claims of nuke capabilities, he's not precise why Kim has solved his now period to say. Lankoff of Cookman College says the largest potential explain is ambiguity in Pyongyang. They listen odd noises radiating of the White's building, and they cannot be certainly if CEO Trump card is bluff while he hints at his readiness to use strength. So, they apparently solve to sluggish downward, and begin the allure unpleasant currently, he told. Lankoff added how time down there's no proposal Polar Korea is departure to restrain the step of its nuke program, the renewal of negotiations in the Southward might alleviate growing tensions among Pyongyang and Washington. Same new developments will really reduction the probability of a war break in Korea as a outcome of the US war hit, Lankoff told. Up before currently, they fair refuge t shown any concern in charming in the Southward, or nobody else for how question, he told. Yet an olive tree branches is ever wrapped up in several kind of warlike surface in Polar Korea. It doesn't indicate the end of the nuke program, though if they do achieve out and email a deputation to the Pyeongchang Winter Spartakiada, it wouldn't surprise party me at all if they followed how in a ongoing test program as the springtime comes, be how a sub start or Sputnik start, Graham added.